The first problem that we looked to Community Catalyst to help us solve was how do we support those individuals that live in remote, out-of-the-way places where to get access to our traditional arrangements was proving really, really difficult. And when we could access it, it was prohibitively expensive. So for us, working with Community Catalysts through developing micro-providers, we were able to tap into the local resources in some of those remote communities. We saw this development really take off. So it moved from not just being a help in those areas of remoteness, but actually it started to fill gaps that were across our traditional provision. This model is not limited to working in remote parts of any community. It's not limited to the same workforce challenges that other models are. It's not limited to it's very expensive and that. So it's brilliant.
We do struggle in Wrecsam to recruit people to the caring sector and to retain them within that sector. And so the Community Catalyst offer allows for an alternative approach for somebody to be self-employed and choose their hours, choose who they work with and choose the way in which they work, whilst maintaining a good level of standard of provision through the Doing It Right standards that are delivered through the Community Catalyst. Community Catalyst first came in and did a diagnostic report for us based on the market that we have available. They spoke to a number of our providers, third sector, internal providers, health professionals, in order to ascertain what the challenges were and where the black spots for care are. They then recruited a Community Catalyst, and that Community Catalyst worked in certain areas of the county in order to promote the opportunity to become a sole enterprise delivering care or social care offer within our local communities. The catalyst and how they behave is extremely important. What you would love to see is an energetic individual like we have.
Traditional commissioning often focuses on time and task. We've been keen to move away from that and look at the experience that people have or the outcome of that interaction. So for me, Community Catalyst provided a really great opportunity to move into outcome-orientated commissioning. Very person-centred because it's all about the individual and the relationship with the micro-provider that we've developed through Community Catalysts, delivering really great outcomes, really person-centred outcomes, and really strong relationships with the individual and their support.
We've noticed quite a considerable increase in the number of direct payments that have been taken up by our citizens, which is positive for us because it's showing people getting choice and control.
We're keeping money, the Somerset pound, the Oxfordshire pound, in that local economy. We're providing jobs. It also delivers much greater value for money because micro-providers are not laden by overheads that our larger providers unfortunately have. Because micro-providers are drawn from a whole range of professional backgrounds, it gives diversity in the support that people can receive. So we're not just limited to people who've got care experience. Because it's a relationship that builds and really builds beyond the support element of it, you find people exploring interests and opportunities that individually they never would have done before or are much less likely to have had the chance to do. Everywhere you look, that model is fantastic. Now, it is not a replacement for the traditional model of support, but rather complements and fills those gaps that the traditional model isn't able to do so. Introducing a new model such as this hasn't always been easy, and I've always been very open that I don't see a single model being the sole approach. So complementary, not exclusive. So I think it's a challenge for systems initially, But with that leadership, with that direction, and with the experience of other areas that have done this, it's quite easy to overcome and manage those.
I think the top benefit of having Community Catalyst come through has been the improvement in the stability of our domiciliary care market. I think the variety of options available to people in the community now is clear. I think the knowledge that they've come with the challenges that they've faced in other parts of the country, as I say, that's good learning that we'd have had to do all by ourselves, and they've brought that for us.
Firstly, they provide strategic direction and support. Secondly, they provide experiences elsewhere. Thirdly, they provide access to that learning, that continuous learning network. And when you hear people who've been supported talk about the quality of relationship, the quality of interaction that they get, it's second to none.